Thing. Daily dose of daily dose of Susan and Robert. Daily dose of dopamine.
Yeah, that's right. Sure, that.
Sorry.
We've only been doing 190 episodes. Are you rebranding us?
That's funny. Yeah. Okay, my friend just did send an answer to my question.
Well, okay, lay it on us. Well,
Lay it
yeah.
on is that yes and is the ultimate power share. Isn't that
Ooh,
cool?
ooh. Talk to me about that. What does that make you feel? Yes, and is the ultimate power share.
That um, power has a certain connotation to it of something we may resist. We may feel that we're not that guy, that we are not in that position, if you will.
Yeah.
But if we offer, if we're in a dialogue, and I'm sharing something with you, I'm offering you the power. When I give you I give you power, and
Okay.
I give you a place to go with it. And so that's a beautiful kind of power to share, coming from a beautiful place.
I love that. Power is such an interesting word to me because I think where I live with it, I don't know if it's by intention or just how I experience it, but it tends to be abuse of power. Um, there's a
That's
lot
why I
of
was
that.
so drawn to this.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you feel that too? There's a lot of abuse of power in our society.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I
And
think that's where we start in our reaction to it.
right. Uh, and almost that if you're not abusing power, you're a sucker or a fool or someone who's ready to be taken. Right. It's that kill or be killed mentality. Um, yeah.
This is about power share. So when you hear
Yes.
those two words together,
Yeah.
kind of not that at all. It's kind of beautiful.
It's absolutely. And by the way, I'm not saying anything against the word power. It's just where, I've been meditating on it specifically because of the stuff within my program and power abuses that I talk about and how it goes within the Parkinson's community, power abuses within the relationships there. Um, and, I guess I won't get too far into it, but what I see sociopolitically. So when you add the word share to it, I love that right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Right. And you also mentioned, if not specifically, at least tangentially, giving, right? Because we talk about gift giving all the time. How about
Yes.
giving the gift of power to someone,
Yes. But that's what the and is right there.
right?
And
Right.
that's what the and is right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Because it has to do with seeing, hearing, being with, well beyond acceptance or tolerance, being with the other person, right? The compassion we were talking about again, getting to that
Yes.
level.
Yes.
That I'm going to go back to that because I think it's interesting to me how often we sit back in reactive judgmental space. That's the typical improv space I think that is psychologically going on for people who are afraid to truly engage because of the vulnerability that happens in that space when you do engage.
You said reactive.
Judgmental. So somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to put some cinnamon on my bread," and you go, "That sounds disgusting," right? Instead of going, "Yes, and here's some butter," right? Get right in there with them and go, right? Because
Mhm.
maybe you hate cinnamon. Guess what? It's not about you. It's
Right,
about the other
right.
person being
Yes.
excited
Yes.
about cinnamon on their toast, right? So
Yes.
reactive judgment says, "Ew." Compassionate play with says, "Yes, and butter."
Could reactive, the judgment doesn't need to be negative. Is judgment a word that connotes negative?
No, they're separate things. I agree. Reactive could be, "Oh, good for you," or "That
Yeah.
sounds really nice."
Yeah.
And that's still weak sauce compared to, "How about some butter?" Or
Right. Yeah.
from Norway. I don't know.
You're right. You're right.
It's, again, this is like endless fascination to me. And this is where the play, I can't wait to just, it's like, it's constant lab. We get in front of people, we get to see them standing off. I mean, I noticed in yesterday's class, you probably heard me call it out. The energy was a little low it was they weren't quite there. Usually the song draws people in or the power words, but we were a little low. And we got there. It just took a little more.
I would say for me, it was the notion that I had to go play in the misery sandbox.
That may have had a huge effect on the class. I totally agree.
Yeah.
That could have cast a huge pall. Absolutely.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
speaking of
even though
my
you
friend
set it
Paul,
up
oh,
with
go ahead.
the that you did set us up, we knew what we were going to be doing, but when you start actually trying to play with it, it's not that easy.
Good point. That's the difference, like we talk about between logic, I get it, and then doing it, which is the same as reactive judgmental or getting in there. It's vulnerability. It's courage.
It is courage. It's
And
cour-
that
it's also the freedom, the boundarylessness, the barrier breaking that we gotta do to get to the creative. And
ooh, that's good.
it's just, yeah,
I'm glad I held off for that. We're overtime, and that's your daily
I
dose. But
know.
that last bit you got was awesome. Everybody who heard that, rewind it and listen to Susan again. That's your daily
Uh-oh.
dose.